it doesn't take long for them to make adjustments. It's just going to be a battle of adjustments in this fight. It's not going to take 7 or 8 rounds for Canelo to figure out Killer Prince. It's not going to take Killer Prince 7 or 8 rounds to figure out Canelo Alvarez. These are the elites, so you're going to see things happen and move along a lot faster.
Obviously you got the heavyweight champion of the world, but when it comes to the pound for pound, everyone sees Canelo as the best. Do you see it that way too, Sugar Hill? He's the best fighter in the world?
So we're getting into that now, pound for pound. So the best pound for pound was made because nobody can beat the heavyweights. So now they can go on pound for pound, which is okay. It's good for boxing. And it just gives it's a chance to showcase other fighters, in the sport in different divisions which don't normally get acknowledged because the heavyweights are the king. So I think Alvarez is one of those top fighters up there that's pound for pound. I don't know the exact order that I do right now, but if he's number 1 or 2, which I'm sure probably one of those, then I can agree with that as well.
If plans to pull this off, as the underdog, do you think he does some of the things Mayweather did for Canelo's only loss, or how does he pull this off?
A lot more than that. That was a young Canelo Alvarez. We're talking about an experienced Canelo Alvarez now. He's been there with a lot of tough and good fighters.
Yeah, what's the improvements you've seen as a top trainer, Sugar, with Canelo?
He's improved in a lot. He's got more patience. He understands boxing a lot more. It's just education. I don't think Canelo had he didn't have to glorified amateur career.
No.
So his learning was just being as a pro. And that fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr., that fight was a big learning lesson for him. Everybody sees it, not just me as being who I am, but everybody. You all see it. You all see the change in him after that fight. That's why he is what he is now.
But it wasn't just like this, it was still gradual even after Floyd, right? He was getting better fight to fight. It wasn't like he went here to there and just one fight. Or is that how you saw it, Sugar?
No, it wasn't just that fight. It was a gradual increase in his boxing knowledge and everything that you see in Canelo Alvarez now.
If he is to win this fight, as expected, what's the best fight out there for him? Benavidez, Beterbiev? What's the toughest challenge?
I don't know. He can go any way he wants to go. He can stay in his middleweight division. He can move up to light heavyweight. But the sky's the limit.
How do you think it'd go with him and Anthony? Should Anthony win his fight on Saturday?
I can't tell you that right now. That shit really is knockouts. That's why I would expect a knockout. Even though it hasn't been done, but it's just something that I see and some things I don't see. They don't even talk about it. It's one different. Canelo and Killer.
Do you see Anthony? He's always had fast hands. Do you see at 37, he still got those same fast hands, or things different at 37 than?
That's why he's punching on the back more than punching on my hands. Stuff starts to hurt. It hurts. It hurts him.
Talking about Tyson Fury, they're talking about maybe fighting like Dillian White for a UK homecoming fight. Is that a fight you'd like to see, or have you even thought about much?
I would like to see Tyson Fury fight anybody. Dillian White needs to put down there, and that's what everybody else can come up with and put together and put it together. I'd be more than happy to get there and train Tyson and get another knockout.
Would you like to see him fight though in the UK? In front of his home fans. It's been a couple years now.
It would be nice wherever. It's the heavyweight division. They can fight anywhere.
Right.
Timbuktu.
Did you feel like he was going to win that fight with Otto Wallin? Did you think Dillian was going to win that fight with Otto Wallin?
I think it was going to be a tough fight. We all did. Me and Tyson. We thought it would be a tough fight. It's business. It's business to be done. So business is being handled.
Obviously you weren't with Tyson yet for that Wallin fight. How much of would he still struggle to that degree with Wallin these days, or is it different?
I wouldn't see a problem with Tyson. Anybody in the division. So any name you pop up is all the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on Canelo versus Charlo? Charlo said he's down to move up in weight and fight the winner.
That's all I need for me now. So now you're picking my brain at the last minute, and now I got to respond.
Right.
I think it'll be a good fight. I mean, you got 168, 68, and things like that. And king of one division, king of another division. It's always a good fight. You don't know who will win that. With these fighters, it all just goes down to who's going to execute, who's going to stick to the plan. And if that plan doesn't work, then you have a second plan, third plan. And those adjustments have to be made. And that's throughout boxing. That's through 12 rounds. So it's not really just one thing. It's a fighter who does just one thing all the time is not going to be an effective fighter. You got to be able to face different adversities and different obstacles and be able to make changes to be able to it's all about changes. When you drive a car, you may take the same road to work every day. It's not the same because it's different traffic out there, different situations. You have to just make adjustments for those things.
Sugar,
They may take you all off on the drive, right? That's probably something people say.
Sugar, talk about what it feels like to continue the legacy of Emmanuel. He had the heavyweight, champion, unified, I think undisputed then with Lennox as well. And obviously you now have the lineal heavyweight champion as well. Speak on what that feels like for just legacy-wise for you.
Feels great. Does that sound familiar? It's super, right? Frosted Flakes.
There is frosted. Tony,
it's a great feeling, and I'm happy to be. I'm happy to have learned all I've learned from Emmanuel to be able to continue his legacy for me, and continue with having world champions and also heavyweight champions as he's had for so many years. I think he had world heavyweight champion almost 20 years, probably, right? Lennox had a long run in Batman, so that's a long time to controlling heavyweight division, which is actually controls boxing.
And Sugar,
what do you think about Joshua going to Eddie Reynoso's camp? Do you feel it's a change in trainer that needs to happen over there?
I'm not sure. He went to Ronnie Shields' camp too. So
Well, correct. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Camp, so
a few of them.
I mean, that's what he needs to do. What he feels to do, then it's better. Whatever's going to make him perform the best. Tyson made a change. Deontay Wilder made a change. So if you want to change it for the best, that's what you should do.
what about him training with you, Sugar?
Well, I think it will be me and Tyson. But yeah, that's what he wants to do. That door is open, as I've stated in Tyson's statements. I don't know if people think it's a joke or not, but
Yeah, you're not just teasing him, are you?
listen, in any other sport, you have superstars teaming up with other superstars to win championships and do great things in that sport. Basketball, soccer, football, baseball, they're joining teams, joining forces. So boxing can join forces. It's almost similar to the punk fighters back in the day where I was several world champions in the gym at the same time, working to help each other out to win championships. If that's what it's going to take for boxing, and you keep boxing on top, then let it be.
What would happen though when it comes time for them to fight each other? I mean, how would that work out if he's working with you and Tyson, and then he wins the titles back from Usyk, and then it's time for Tyson and AJ to fight? What do you do then, Sugar?
That's another story. Isn't it?
But you'd like to cross that bridge.
That would
like
be something nice. I mean, listen, obviously I work with Tyson, but we don't know what happens in that time. I mean, Tyson may retire after that. I don't get to work with Tyson. We don't know. I mean, just all kind of things happen. Maybe Anthony Joshua retires after the fight. We don't know. So it's just all a guessing game. But would it be something great to see? Yeah, I think so. You got Anthony Joshua who have learned from me, who have learned something from me and from Tyson, and those two guys have to play each other. I think that would make something special. People want to see that.
What's something he has
both
to
know each other, so now you can't say it's only good for one person. It's only going to benefit one person. It benefits both people, and then maybe the best. I mean, then I feel like the best of both fighters.
What's something he has to do better or differently to beat Usyk in a second fight, Sugar?
I can't say.
That's for him to come in the gym and find
You
out.
want me to spill it all to everybody right now, huh?
Maybe he likes what he hears. He goes, "Damn, that's some good advice." You know what? I'm going to the
Look into
Kron.
my eyes. That'll tell you.
When the fighters do change trainers, how soon does that change impact their game, their fight game? Is it an immediate impact? Is that months? Is that one training camp, 2 fights? What do you think?
That's a good question, but it's a question that nobody should be able to answer. So if anybody answers that question, it's a wrong answer. Because you have to understand everybody comprehends at different levels. So you can't say every fighter it should take this long. Anybody answering that question is giving you the wrong answer. It's a question you can't answer, honestly. It takes a teacher, a trainer, to be able to communicate and teach that fighter. So you can't really say. Everybody's not going to have the same results as me and Tyson Fury. I'm sorry we put that out there like that. We're just two special people.
And speaking of your training methods, though, Sugar, like you said in the corner, just jab the motherfucker. It was like
You
offense.
said that, not me.
You said in the heat of the moment, you and your uncle, you guys get heated, but it was like that. It was like the offense is defense sometimes. Is what it sounded like.
I definitely believe in offense is defense.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like it's funny because Mayweather came from Michigan just like you guys, but do you feel like there's this split in philosophy? Like all these kids looking up to Floyd, they're thinking just get the win, just even if it's just decision. I'm not worried about getting the knockout. I just want the victory. Did we get too far away going that way with these young fighters? And is there a difference in philosophy because you're from the Kronk? You want the knockout at the end of the day. Is it different than where a lot of these fighters have looked up to growing up?
I just think it's a change of scenery. So a lot of times people want something new. Floyd was very successful. So you want to do what the successful person is doing. And that's about all it is.
He had a lot of knockouts early on too.
Full Floyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was knocking people
Everybody.
out. Everybody. I enjoyed those days.
Yeah, it's no knock on the money, man. It just means should some of these guys with their skill sets try to be more.
But everybody can't be what one man is.
Right.
So you have to just be the best of yourself. So I didn't change Tyson Fury around.
Yes, you did.
I didn't change him.
You got him punching hard.
That's not changing him around. It's just making him punch hard. That's one little thing.
That's a difference.
That's one little bitty thing.
That's a huge difference. That's a huge little thing, isn't it?
We're talking. It's just Tyson Fury can do all those things. So it's not like you're trying to change him from being a big puncher to more of a defensive technician or a slick fighter. Tyson Fury's always been a real. Tyson Fury's had knockouts before me. He just wasn't given the credit for it because he did more of something else than more of the punching part. Like more focus on other things versus the punching. But he's always been able to do everything.
How Fury changed you?
He just brought me back to 1990, back when I was a family. He's allowed me to just be more relaxed as I am now. And with other fighters, it was more, they were too serious. And that's fine, that's their personality. I'm still serious, but now it's just allowing me to see, like, okay, you can be yourself completely, totally, and still be professional at the same time. So it was something I've been searching for a while, like how can I blend me in with being professional. So, watching him and being around him is just like, it actually taught me to be more like, okay, you can be yourself, but this is a better way to do it because I've always been joking around, but nobody would believe me. Like, it was always too serious whether to believe me or not. But it's still the same way now. You don't know whether to believe me or not, but believe me or not. But Tyson doing the same thing. It's like, okay, now you understand me better.
Right. So he had you running around the ring after the fight with no shirt on. That was just.
I had him running around.
Oh, that was.
I was going to take my shirt off at the grand welcoming. And we were standing outside the T-Mobile show.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do it too soon. It had to be the right time. It's like a knockout. You know, set it up just perfectly. So it was set up more perfect after the fight at the press.
And that's you guys just having fun together, enjoying the journey.
Living it.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Is that really your Twitter?
Huh?
Is that really your Twitter?
Zero. No, that's not my
That's
Twitter.
not yours? Okay.
It was my Twitter. I guess there was some things said. I don't talk like that.
I didn't think so. But.
So, no, I don't have a Twitter account. I got to find somebody to take care of that for me to get that taken off. So, because that's an imposter. I only have an Instagram account.
And how do you?
I guess that's good. Somebody want to be like me, huh? Like want to be like Mike. Somebody wants to be
like
Suge.
Sugar. Yeah, Suge.
Like Suge. Hollywood Suge.
It used to be they want to be like Suge Knight. Now they want to be like Sugar Hill.
Suge Hill.
But just before I let you go, Sugar, thank you for your time,
Yeah, because
man.
I got to go train Anthony Israel at 1 o'clock, which means I have just over 20 minutes to get to him. So if I didn't get a chance to talk to everybody, I hope I said enough.
Can I
Just
ask
thoughts
you one
on
quick
Crawford
question?
Porter? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sean.
Oh, just thoughts on Crawford Porter.
Another good fight for this year. That's all I can say. You got all these big fights coming up now. And what's even more special now, you have the different promotion companies coming together to have these big fights. We had like a numb period for a while where you want to see these great fights. And now we're seeing them. I don't know if it started with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, but now we got more of them. So, yeah.
No, I'm just wanting to get your thoughts on Jerron Boots Ennis. You've been around so many talented fighters.
No more. I like him. Good fighter. I think he's going to be a great fighter in the near future. Near future.
You see him being like one of the pound for
a
pound
great
guys?
fighter in the near future. That says all of it.
And I know you're not a prediction guy, but you lean either way to Crawford and Porter.
I don't. It's just too tough to tell.
Last one.
What do you do against a guy like Terrence though with that great counter punching? Like
What do you do with Porter? That's just it's one of those coin tosses. Me, I'm just happy not to be working. I can sit back and watch, or sit back on the couch, or whatever I want to do. Yeah, I don't want to be at the fight, so it's like
Winner and all-time great welterweight. You know, winner and all-time great welterweight
of this fight here.
of Crawford and Porter.
Would that make them the all-time great?
Yeah, at welterweight.
No. Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm an old school guy. I'm an old school guy. I mean, I still love old fights, but it just has to be more great fights though with these guys. I know, and they're getting around to that. So from this fight, making them the great fight, you know, no disrespect to any of them, but it just takes a little bit. It takes a little bit more time and other fights to catapult you on that level. You know, it takes time. Be patient. Their time will come.
Can you sit back and enjoy these fights, or do you find yourself scouting or looking for different strategies? If I was in the ring, I do this. If I was in their corner, I do that.
No, because if I had somebody, if I'm in the ring or training them, it's like bang and get it over with.
Okay, that's fair.
Red guys spend much time. Just bang and get it over with.
And then you're worry-free, but that's bullshit.
Last one for me. How does Plant win this fight?
Just making the right adjustments. I know Plant's a great boxer. Got to be a little bit more stronger and be more physical. That's just the key thing for me, which I never said. But you have to be stronger. You have to be a stronger boxer. That makes a lot more sense. Be a stronger boxer. I got to go train Anthony.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Y'all see
Thank
me.
you.